Yes, you have found the Floppernomicon. Look upon my object of power and learn its many secrets. Yes, this game, one of my favorites. Ooh. You know, I got my first kiss while playing this game.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Comedy Flops, all you can eat improv. Tonight, we're gonna make up a whole bunch of stuff. Hopefully some of it's funny. If it isn't funny, well, we've got no one to blame but us. This month, we're supporting Suicide Prevention and Crisis Services. Please, if you get the chance, head on over to the URL beneath me or in the comments section. Click on that and give a little bit of money. They do great work in our community and beyond. Now, I'm going to get the cast out here so we can start playing some games, start making some goofs, start entertaining you, okay? All right, first on the list. Find him in the freezer section, and you won't like it. It's Creme Fraiche. The original Gerber Rabies himself, Joe Lobb. Lo pesos. Look up in the sky. It's the Moonman. A superhero always needs his tool to defeat evil. It's Wormhammer. And finally, don't just trust the expiration date. Give it the smell test. It's Mrs. Meatwad. And of course, I'm Rigamarole, but you can call me Riggy. First game of the set, everyone down in the chat, I'm going to need from you a bunch of words or worlds that humans interact with. We're going to play a game called Water Buoys. In this game, it's an all play. Everybody gets involved here. You give us the category where humans do some things. Is it the beach? Is it the ocean? And we list a number of associated words. Every word must be of the same letter. Well, they have to start with the same letter. They can't just appear in the same way. It's got to start with the same letter. At any time, any other flop can challenge the flop before them, the flop after them. Who you flop with, challenge whoever you want. And they will have a debate, and then the arbitrator, who will be myself this evening, will decide who is right. So please, down in the chat, give us worlds to interact with. And if I don't see one, I am going to start with the beach. We're going to go, who's in the chat right now, in the flops right now? Go to the chat. I'm going to say it really fast, and then you're going to know the order. Fraiche, Joe Lobb, Moonman, Wormhammer, Meatwad. You did? You got it? All right, great. I have a note from my producer here.
I don't think you can hear anybody.
You can't hear anybody but me?
Make them talk and see.
All right, good news, everybody. You were too quiet, or you were muted. Now the audience can hear you. I was talking to myself that whole time.
Oh well.
Good evening.
let's rewind about 5 minutes back.
Well, we don't need to rewind all the way back because they heard me say my things. You just each have to say what you said 5 minutes back.
Okay.
I'm
so go
coaching.
ahead.
Yeah, we can fix it in post. Let's just fix it in post.
Awesome. All right, so starting off, Creme Fraiche world is beach. The beach.
Okay. Towels.
T, people. Letters T.
Tide.
Turtles.
Trunks.
Tijuana.
Challenge.
Oh, grounds for the challenge?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. The category is beach.
Right.
Tijuana, while it is a peninsula, isn't just beaches. Tijuana has roads and cities. Tijuana has cantinas. Tijuana has lots and lots of people who have houses all over Tijuana and cities. So I would argue that Tijuana as beach-specific reference is way too broad and inaccurate.
Gotta disagree.
Okay.
Tijuana
Yeah.
sounds tropical, like a beach. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know it was a peninsula, but I had heard of it and it sounded tropical, and clearly it was a real thing. So if I can conjure up a tropical sounding name in my brain and have it be real, it must be beachful.
I have enough to make my decision. Tijuana is not a peninsula. Tijuana is on both sides, California, and then beneath it, other.
On a peninsula, but right, Baja is the peninsula. That's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Fraiche is wrong, and
Yeah.
Tijuana is counts as the beach because
Knew
it's
it
not a
the whole
peninsula.
time.
Well,
I cannot say the nay.
Baja won't be a peninsula for long.
That's for sure.
We've got
Are you gonna
another
like
one.
cut it off?
Oh, cut it off.
No, I was just asking Leo if he was gonna like, why won't Baja be a peninsula?
I'm not gonna cut it off.
Oh,
Actually,
So I'm on
everybody go
board.
look at a map. Not flops. But everybody at home, go look at the map. I don't think it counts as being on the peninsula either. But
Really? I am going to look.
yeah, you're out of the game. We got one in the chat from Mrs. Gumby herself. The world of the jungle, and let's see. We'll start with Joe Lobb.
Let's see. Canopy, as in that which is at the top of all those big trees. Yeah.
C.
Cannibals.
Cantaloupe.
cockatoo.
Hmm. Um.
Joe Lobb has decided to challenge Cockatoo. Joe Lobb, why is Cockatoo not involved with the jungle?
Well, first of all, I'm aghast that we're not using the politically correct term of rainforest. But if we insist on being atavistic and using jungle, that's okay. Cockatoos, yes, they are tropical birds. They are, I believe, limited to South and Central America, but there is lots of other jungle territory that does not have cockatoos at all. In fact, I would argue that the majority of jungle territory doesn't have cockatoos.
And the defense for Cockatoo?
When you think of a jungle, where do you think of? Is it not South and Central America?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it not, actually? Oh, where is it?
Africa
Oh, okay.
and Southeast Asia.
Okay. I'm rerouting. Most people would think of South and Central America. The chat is going wild agreeing with me. That area is full of cockatoos. Brimming. In fact, the canopy that was spoken of earlier is mostly made of the bird. I'm going to say enough said.
I have enough to make my decision. I would like to point to the chat for why I have made my decision this way. Joe Lobb repeatedly used the term jungle after chastising it. You can't say, why are we using the word jungle, and then use it over and over again, Joe Lobb. I'm sorry, you're dead. You gotta
No,
go.
I'm just following the group. All right, be that way.
Meatwad is murdering out here today. All right, we've got our next
Totally killing it.
We've got our next category here, and that next category is the world of law enforcement, and we'll
Ooh.
send that over to who want? You know what? I don't trust Moonman, so Wormhammer, you start us off. Look at his face.
Okay. Policeman.
P.
Paralegal.
It's not your. Wait, is it your? Oh yeah.
It is me.
Are you challenging? I'll keep that in mind.
No.
Penitentiary.
Okay.
Parental disappointment.
Paralysis.
Man, no one's gonna challenge Meatwad after we just saw her kill two people.
I'm sorry. Are you challenging?
No,
I heard you
really...
say the word challenge in there.
I heard challenge.
There was
Oh,
a challenge in there.
Can I challenge that challenge, Riggy. There was
Moonman,
no
go ahead.
challenge.
What you got, Moonman?
Penal law.
People in jail.
Parrot.
Okay, you know what? No, I'm stepping up. This has gone too far.
Okay.
Do tell.
Okay, so we're thinking. Well, if I may request, Rigamarole, can you please state the world of human activity?
If you don't remember, I can't help you.
I mean,
Also,
I know it's the world of law enforcement. I just wanted the jury to hear it from the judge, but that's fine. So we're talking about the world of law enforcement here. And this is like parrot. Parrots are not within that. I never saw a parrot arrest somebody before. I never saw a parrot make like any type of attempt to stop a crime from happening, to enforce the laws in any way whatsoever, or to have the laws be enforced upon them. I rest my case.
All right. Leo, what does a parrot do?
Fly around.
Yeah, but what else? What does it say?
He wants a cracker.
Okay, I'll guide you a little bit. It repeats what you say. Now,
All of it?
yeah, most of the time.
What
does a lawyer
agrees with my argument that I just said, because it just said it.
Well, it also agrees with mine. I have one in the back. Now, what does a lawyer do? It also repeats what you say for your best interest. If you have ever been arrested, a police officer will read your Miranda rights, and one of them is, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you at the expense of the government. What is that, if not the feds paying for a giant bird that will parrot your thoughts for your legal protection?
All right. I know how to make my decision here. I would have 100% gone with you, Leo. However, when she was leading the witness, you didn't object. You can't leave the witness.
I'm the lawyer and the witness. How can I object?
You should have objected. Sorry, Leo, get out of here. You should have
I
objected.
thought I was only allowed one challenge.
All right, final category. The final category is... I was going to do it... Never mind. We can't do detention. We can't do detention because we already did penal system. We are going to do the world of the laundromat, folks. So please, take it away. Oh, Moonman, that's you. I'm trusting you this time.
Trusting me this time.
Yeah, I'm trusting you this time.
Detergent.
Deter.
Dirt.
Dust.
Dingy clothes.
Dryer.
Doors.
Challenge.
Oh, okay. What's the base of the challenge?
Doors. In the world of laundromats, doors are but a tiny fraction of that world. Every industry, every world has doors. And there is not one world of human activity that doors are exclusive to.
Moonman?
In the world of the laundromat, the doors are key because a simple malfunction with a single door, it disables the machine. Every washer and dryer has a safety mechanism attached to the door. Without the door, the laundromat does not exist.
And
Permission to threaten the witness.
permission granted?
Earlier, I stated deter. Now, I'm going to make that a suggestion to you that you deter. I'm going to deter you from going any further because I have taken down every single other person in this game, and I will not stop at you.
Got a response, Moonman?
Well, see, I know where the judge lives, and I can bring over some really nice food later this week if I win.
Okay, this is making it really hard because I have integrity and I will not be bought. But, Moonman, do not bring me anything because I do not want any inkling of impropriety. But I'm sorry, Meatwad, you flew too close to the sun on this one. Laundromats need doors, or else we're all gonna drown. So, Moonman, you are victorious.
And didn't
How
Jim,
does it feel, Meatwad?
and didn't Jim Morrison meet Ray Manzarek in a laundromat?
Oh,
I think
look at
that might be true. Yeah. I think that could be true.
So 100 points to Moonman and 55 points to Joe Lobb for bringing us in that interesting fact about the doors.
Here are Comedy Flops, ever learning.
It's a learning experience. All right, next up. I think this is a game for everybody too. So I need to get rid of Moonman. Moonman, you got to go away?
Am I going to mute you?
Yeah, mute me.
All right, I cannot hear you.
Great. Up next, we're going to be playing the dating game. You see all these lovely people here. They're all going to be contestants, minus Creme Fraiche. Creme Fraiche is going to host a dating game of sorts. Moonman's a bachelor who's going to be looking for his next spicy connection in the world of love. What I need from you in the audience is we're going to be having Moonman's going to have to guess who they are. Meatwad, Wormhammer, and Joe Lobb. Let's get you some prompts here.
Okay.
Joe Lobb, you are turning into you are turning into a diamond. You're turning into a diamond.
Oh, the pressure.
It came in.
Very appropriate.
Wormhammer, you're obsessed with gases.
Yeah.
And
Like the state of matter or like the fuel?
It's
You
up
get
to
to
you.
decide.
You get to decide. We don't have to tell you.
Okay, excellent.
Parts.
And lastly, Meatwad. Mrs. Meatwad is turning into a dime, but I read it twice. You are afraid of blankets. Great. So let's review quick. Joe Lobb,
Turning into a diamond.
Wormhammer,
Obsessed with gases.
Mrs. Meatwad.
Afraid of blankets.
All right, great. We'll get the Moonman back in here. I'll ask him some questions. He'll try to suss out who they are, and then he'll pick the
That's
next love of his life.
Ooh.
I'll go away. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good evening and welcome to the dating game. I'm your host, Johnny Turbo, and tonight we have a person who is just longing for love, but one of the loneliest people I've ever met in my life. And that, of course, is Mr. Dank Diggler. Dank Diggler, welcome to the dating game. How are you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, good. I'm glad to be here. I'm the guy that comes around and cleans the ducts in buildings. That way, when they want to do a movie like Die Hard, the ducts are nice and clean, like you see in the movies.
Oh, yes, I've seen your work, and it is exquisite. Well, Dank, are you ready to find love tonight?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, that's excellent. We have 3 contestants for you to meet, and we're going to bring them on right now. Contestant number 1 is someone who comes from an entirely different planet, at least their mindset. Let's give a big dating game welcome to Luella Meatwad.
Hello. Don't
Luella,
make the welcome too warm.
All right. Well, we're glad you're here tonight. Contestant number 2 comes from a forest. It was raised under a moss bed, but that's okay. They've gotten much better and used to typical life here in the city. Let's give a big dating game welcome to Mamie Wormhammer.
Hello there.
All right. Hello, Mamie, and thanks for being on our show tonight. And finally, our final contestant is someone who has claimed to watch all 4,268 episodes of the dating game, a real scholar on our show. Let's give a big dating game welcome to Los Pesos Laboria.
¿Cómo estás?
Yes, welcome. So, thank you all for being here. And Dank is going to ask you a series of questions to see which one of you might be the love match. Dank, please proceed with your first round of questions for our contestants.
All right. Contestant number 1. If we were going on vacation and you had a choice of between mountain climbing and going on a cruise, which would you choose and why?
Good question. I would have to go with mountain climbing. Because cruises take a long time. I think mountain climbing, you can do it in an afternoon, but cruises can take a long time. I really don't want to have to go on a vacation where you have to sleep over.
All right.
All right. Contestant number 2. If I found out on short notice my sister was getting married and I asked you to come along as my date, which would you wear?
That is an excellent question. Well, if it's on such short notice, I think it matters less about what I'm wearing and more about how I'm actually going to get there if it's so short. So I'm going to have to stop at probably one of the better stations and get like 11 like gallons and just that's going to fuel me all the way to wherever the wedding is until we can actually get there. I'll pick what I'm wearing once we get there.
All right.
All right, Dank.
Contestant number 3. All right, we're headed out for a night on the town. While we're driving, would you prefer the top of the convertible up or down?
Ooh. Well, I guess that would depend on what time of year it was and whether it was raining or not. I try to be aware of situations and address whatever pressure they put on us. Common sense, I think, would dictate that in the middle of a winter blizzard, we probably should have the top up.
Okay, Dank, you've heard our opening round with our contestants. And you're starting to get just a few insights into them, but we have another round for you to explore with our contestants, who they are and how they might fit as your love match.
All right. Contestant number 2. What's your
Yes.
favorite animal?
Oh, my favorite animal is probably the cheetah. It's fast, it's efficient, it can get around. I mean, if I didn't have my car, I'd probably be riding that instead.
All right. Contestant number 3.
Yes.
What are you most afraid of?
Ooh. In these economic times, when you walk into a pub or a bar, you never know how much De Beers are going to cost. Sometimes De Beers are cheap and sometimes they're really expensive. And I've noticed that, I keep on having to increase in value to meet the price of De Beers.
Right. And contestant number 1.
Yes.
There's a hurricane coming and you have to evacuate. What are the 2 most important items you grab?
Well, I think it's obvious what I'm not bringing. The things I will bring, sleeping bag with the top cut off, and a trusty water bottle. You never know how much water will cost at gas stations. Sometimes exceeds the price of gas. Really bad.
Hey. Well, Dank, I know you've got a lot of considering to do. We're going to give you one final round of questions to help you make your decision before we're going to ask you to choose your love match and why you chose them.
All right. Contestant number 3.
Yes.
If I were looking to bump into you anywhere in the world, where might I find you?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I spend a lot of time underground, but I'm also somewhat of a science geek, and I frequent laboratories as well. There are people who say that sort of cheapens my existence, but I don't think so. I think it enhances it.
Okay.
Contestant number 1. How do you feel about hats?
It's a little too close to home. If I'm going to be honest. Not my favorite. That's all I'll say.
And contestant number 2. How do you feel about bicycles?
Oh my God, come on. Don't even get me started. I hate those things. Okay, it's like I could get to. I drive 15 minutes in a car. Takes me an hour 30 on a bike. I mean, there's just so much like stuff you have to do on a bike. So much labor. What I want to do in my car, right? I just drive down to any old station, and I just as long as it's below, 3 a gallon, I'm happy. I mean, I'll take anything that I can get these days. Come on, I mean, especially with inflation. But like on a bike, it's like it's all this work. You got to bring all your luggage with you, and that's just extra weight. I don't like bicycles one bit, especially not the electric ones.
Okay, Jank, you have a lot of information to process here. So I'll give you a second to think. Oh, that second's over. And we're going to ask you now, before you tell us who you did select, we're going to ask you to tell us who you did not select and why.
Well, I did not pick contestant number 1.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of hats, so having to avoid any of the head in general is kind of a no for me.
Mm. Oh, well, Dank, that's unfortunate. Well, contestant number 1 might not love hats. It probably would have worked there. Contestant number 1 is, however, afraid of blankets. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't say the
you gotta
word,
be
but I
careful.
did. I said the
Sorry,
word.
it's
I
okay.
said
It's
the
okay. We
word.
can cut it.
Yeah. Okay, well, contestant number 1, we have a wonderful home version of our game to give you as a parting gift. So thanks for being on tonight. Dank, who else didn't you select this evening?
I did not pick contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, and how come?
I'm an environmentalist, and I can't be with someone so obsessed with cars.
Oh, well, it's true that contestant number 2 is obsessed with something related to cars. Yes, contestant number 1 is okay with cars, but really obsessed with the fuel that fuels them. Yes, contestant number 2 is obsessed with gases. Which means our winner and your love match tonight is contestant number 3. And tell us why you picked contestant number 3.
Because of their sparkling personality.
Ah,
And
well, yeah.
they seem pretty transparent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good you did, because contestant number 3 has a multifaceted personality. Yes, contestant number 3 is, of course, turning into a diamond. And
you crazy diamond.
and will sparkle anywhere in the world that we send you for your dream date. And that's good, because your dream date will be to southern Sudan. Yes, you'll enjoy the natural sun of the continual desert light.
I heard they have jungles in Africa.
They do, but not here. And you'll have a time to sleep under the stars and let the diamonds sparkle in the moonlight. It's going to be great. All expenses paid, courtesy of us here at The Dating Game.
And good news, you don't have to buy me a ring.
That's right. Well, that's all the time we have. But as we do, let's give a big Dating Game farewell to everybody back home.
Hey, you were in the neighborhood for everything. That's worth 10 points for you, Moonman. 10 points to the Moonman for that.
That's nice. That's very caring.
Yeah. Great job, everybody.
There you go.
I don't like blankets anymore now after hearing Meatwad's performance. For the next game, everybody, down in the chat, please. I need, it could be a location, geographical, non-geographical, or it could be a period, a time period. if you just want to throw words in there, I'll figure something out for these people to do in the next game. The next game we're gonna be playing is called Questions Only. How this game works is we'll have a conversation. It'll be a scene of sorts, 2 flops on the screen at a time. They'll be talking to each other, but they can only ask each other questions. Once one of them freezes or asks a non-question, they're kicked out of the game and the next person jumps forward in line. We'll do a round. If we're really bad at it the first time, we'll do another one for you because we got time. We got time. What else are we doing?
We're not tormenting with 1, we'll torment you with 2.
That's right. I see somebody is commenting in there from the ComedyFLOPs page, which means it's Creme Fraiche, saying that he wants us to do hell. Now, Creme Fraiche, why is that always your suggestion?
I don't know. I find hell such an interesting place.
What's interesting about it?
The
You
possibilities.
just know so many people there.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, it is, it is probably where I'm going, Wormhammer. So I figure, I might as well get as familiar as I can with it now so that, the adjustment there is so much easier. Right? I mean, I wrote a whole play about it just for that purpose, just to have an exit.
He's building a community, Leo. That's the deal.
That's it. Thank you, Riggy.
You need to establish yourself in a community so you feel welcome when you come home.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you, Riggy.
Well, I'm sorry. We're not going to be doing that.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll save it for another time. I have plenty of suggestions in the chat that are pretty good. I got Wind Tunnel, On the Wings of a Butterfly, in a classic video game, or in Pac-Man, which is the same as in a classic video game. How about we open the door to we are in a classic video game. We're all classic video game characters. First, I knocked my mic really hard. I'm sorry, audience. All right,
Come across that way.
Moon and Worm are up first. You're classic video game characters, or you're in a classic video game. You got it.
Is it a you, Luigi?
Who else would it be?
Where is the castle?
Would it be over there by the quarters?
Don't you know that Princess Peach is in another castle?
Are you still chasing her?
Why not, wouldn't I be?
Don't you know she's a fake?
What? What isn't a question? What?
No, don't you know isn't a question. It was Moonman that was out. So, Joe Lobb, you're up.
Yay. Hang on. There we go. Why do you speak with that funny accent?
You don't know me, Mario from Italy?
If I knew you, would I ask that question?
Fair enough.
Fraiche.
Aren't you glad they're finally gone?
Didn't you really find that waka 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 noise just the most annoying thing?
Do you even know why they do that?
You think they could be hungry?
Can't they find a meal in this place?
How much nutrition is in dots anyway?
How much nutrition is in those little mushrooms they keep stomping on?
Don't they realize that mushrooms have feelings?
Have you ever met a mushroom with authentic feelings?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Can't you tell sarcasm when you hear it?
Why didn't you make the little sarc slash motion so I could tell?
Why don't you learn to understand subtext?
Why did I never have a teacher who told me what subtext meant?
Why do I engage in conversations with you?
Don't you have anything better to do?
Don't you have a short pier to walk off of?
Do you think this is pirate for a pirate day?
Do you think this version of our game is pirated?
How would we know one way or the other?
How would we finish the game if it were pirated? It could be in an endless loop.
Wouldn't you find that boring?
Wouldn't you think that I'd rather do that than keep talking to you?
Why do you keep doing that then?
Why do I do anything?
Why don't we go over and see what's happening in the Tron universe?
Don't you remember that the Tron universe was destroyed?
Can't you tell the difference between fiction and reality?
Don't you understand our entire world is fictional?
Have you been watching The Matrix too much?
Haven't you seen that the Matrix is going nowhere?
Could you define nowhere?
Could you spell nowhere?
Don't you think I'd be insulted by a question like that?
Don't you think I knew that when I asked it?
Were you always this mean, or is this a recent development?
Don't you understand how freaking irritating your voice actually is?
Why would you think I would ever listen to my own voice?
Can't you hear it every time you open your damn mouth? Are your ears blocked?
What would you say if I told you I couldn't hear that because my ears are blocked?
Don't you think I wouldn't believe you? Because you can obviously freaking hear me.
If a character talks in a video game but no one hears him, does he make a sound?
Why would you think I care about this?
Why would you think that I would care about anything?
What is this, philosophy class?
Did you miss your philosophy classes in college?
Why would you think a video game character made of bits and bytes would go to college?
What's the difference between a bit and a byte anyway?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Do you think you could possibly tell me?
Do you think you could learn to use the internet and look crap up?
Why would you expect a geezer like me to be familiar with such a trendy thing as the internet?
Do you think 30 plus years is a trend?
Yes.
Play again.
Do you think 30 such years is a trend?
Do you think 25 cents is too much for you?
Do you think that question has any relevance to what we've been talking about?
Do you think you have any relevance to what we're talking about?
How should I treat you? Let me consider.
Like your mother?
Don't you know my mother's dead?
Don't you know that I killed her?
Do you have any idea the infinite ways I'm going to kill you?
I got 99 lives, son.
I don't know about you. Do you feel like you're trapped in Boy George's pants?
How would that make anybody feel?
Do you know that it's tail time?
Does that mean we have to sing again?
If we do, are you going to do it offensively?
Do you think I'm programmed to be non-offensive?
Aren't you from Leisure Suit Larry?
Don't you know I've got a pocket full of rubbers?
Well, can't you tell I'm a lizard?
Don't you know I studied biology?
Then, do you know who you're talking to?
Do you think I wouldn't know something as basic as that?
Would it help if I stood this way?
Would you think that would help me identify you?
Did it not?
Don't you know that you're a color not typically found in nature?
Green is found in nature, I'm afraid. I'm Gex, the gecko from Gex. Gex. The gecko. Everybody knows Gex? The gecko? No? Okay, that's a game. We know Leisure Suit Larry, we don't know Gex. Come on, gang. All right.
I was determined to be unrelenting with my questions.
Next game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play Would I Lie to You? I think I've already posted in the chat about it, but I need a subject for a story that is going to be told. The two people that are going to be playing is Fraiche and the Moonman. How this game works is our two contestants are going to tell you a story. They may tell the truth, they may lie. They will convincingly tell one or the other. Either way, it better be interesting or we're going to be mad. I fully give you permission to knock on their doors and say, hey, I didn't like that story if it's not interesting. Anyways, point is, they're going to tell a story, and then we're going to judge whether or not who had, who was telling the truth, who was lying, or who had the better story. So, I would check the chat here. Let's see. Can I get Fraiche and the Moonman? Get them on screen here. We've got cooking as one of them. We've got family as one of them. And those both look good. How about it? How about we go with family? You guys want to tell a story about family? Yeah? I didn't see a yes or a no.
Yeah, we can tell stories. Well, I think, yeah.
Do you want to make it more specific than family?
No, I don't.
Is there any aspect of our families you're interested in?
I don't care. Tell me a story, true or false, about your family. Get as wild as you want. Be as creative or as truthful as you can be. Just tell a good story, or I'm coming to your door. I'm knocking on your door. And I'm saying, hey, I don't like that story very much. Who wants? Any volunteers to go first?
Doesn't matter. You can pick.
All right, Moon, you're going first.
All right. Well, in my teens, I spent a lot of time at friends' houses, and I would stay there off until after dark and ride my bicycle home. And I lived outside of any major city, so streetlights weren't a thing, no sidewalks. And for a good chunk of the ride, it was just bike down a very dark road in a tunnel of trees. And there was one night that I get home, pull into the yard, and the front yard is glowing. I'm pretty much at that point, afraid of what might be in the dark. So, of course, the thing that pops into my head immediately is aliens. Aliens are coming. They're probably already here. So I head in the house. Everyone's already asleep. So, terrified of what's outside, terrified of waking my mother, I still go and I try tapping her foot. And partway through, I think she mumbles something and I give up. I go off, I crawl into bed, I huddle up, and I just basically cower for the night. In the end, it turns out that my sisters had just cut open some glow sticks and spread them all over the lawn earlier and created one of the most terrifying nights of my childhood.
That was the first of our stories, folks. Fraiche, come to the screen, please.
Mine's kind of a sad story. Um, every family, of course, raises their kids differently. And my parents were very much about trying to get us to take responsibility for things, our homework, our chores, our pets. Folks that have seen our broadcast know I have a lot of cats and I love animals. And that started in my family growing up. My first dog was a French poodle named Jacques, and he lived to about, I don't know, 14 years age. But my parents made sure, because this was quote unquote my dog, that I was very, very much responsible for feeding him, walking him, cleaning, poop or scooping the yard and all of that, um, which was okay. Of course, when you're a kid, you don't necessarily like to do any of those things. But my folks, I think when I was, sort of in my mid-teens, my dog and I were born the same year, 1965. And so we were both about 14 or 15, and he was getting old. He was blind. One of our other dogs that was a little Sheltie used to herd him around to kind of guide him, but it got to the point that he was really at the point where he was perhaps suffering. And I think this was, sorry, I think my parents were trying to teach me about the cycle of life. And so when it came time to, sorry, put him down, which sadly I've had to do a lot of times over the course of my life now. They wanted me to understand that. They wanted me to understand that because he was my dog and I'd been with him on the whole journey, that it was really appropriate and right for me to be there with him when he passed. So they made me go to the vet and be present. In fact, they waited in the waiting room. And I had to be present when that happened. Thankfully, it was fairly peaceful. But it really impressed upon me how important it was to take the responsibility for that relationship with an animal. And I've taken that very seriously as an adult. But I have to be honest, it felt really, really heavy at the time. I have no idea why my brain went to that, but that's my story.
2 stories told, and an inquisitor on the scene. Moonman, please return to the scene of the crime, potentially. All right, Moonman. I got a couple of questions for you. How many sisters you got?
3.
Older or younger?
All younger.
Which one's your favorite?
I'm going to say the youngest,
Why?
because I spent quite a few years changing her diapers.
And you like that?
Well, not necessarily that part, but if you're spending that much time that close to somebody, you build a bond.
Oh, okay. You went straight for the diapers. All right. Creme Fraiche.
Yeah.
Remind us the name of the pet.
Jacques,
Breed.
French poodle. He was a little one. He was kind of the runt of the litter.
French poodle. Do you groom French poodles?
We took him to the groomer sometimes, but his hair was kind of curly and wiry, so we wouldn't brush him the way we might like a cat.
What do you mean like a cat?
Well, like our cats have straight hair, so we would, we groom them. His was sort of curly, and so you wouldn't like brush it out the way you would a cat. That's what I mean.
Okay. All right. All right, gang. Everyone in the chat, please vote for your favorite of the 2 stories. Was it Moonman's alien story or Creme Fraiche's parents trying to teach him a lesson about the cycle of life story? In the meantime, we're going to get from the cast here. You guys come on the screen. Where are you? Joe Lobb. Moon or Fraiche?
Which true or lie or
Top story.
top story? Fraiche's story.
Fraiche's story goes one for Fraiche. Meatwad.
Fraiche.
Fraiche. Wormhammer.
Moon.
Moon. Okay. 2 for the parents and the dog. 1 for the aliens from outer space. Fraiche takes the point for the better story. Now, truth or lie, Joe Lobb? Fraiche.
Well, much respect for the commitment to the story. I really felt that you were feeling what you were speaking, and I know from extra flop experience that you do have pets and you do care for them, and that was a lesson well taught. However, one little detail snagged me. If you were born in 1965, I'm thinking that pooper scooping was not a thing until you were at least 20 years old and maybe a bit older.
You don't know my parents.
I'm going to say that's a lie.
All right, thinking Fraiche's is a lie. Mrs. Meatwad.
This has been the hardest one. They're both so plausible. And I feel bad because if John's story is true, then I'm going to look like a jerk. But I'm going to say that John's story is fake and yeah. John's story is fake.
2 lies for Fraiche. Wormhammer. Fraiche telling the truth or lying?
I feel the same as Mrs. Meatwad that if John's story is true, that I would be a jerk if I said it was false. So I'm gonna say it's true, and if it's false, he deserves it. No, not like deserve. He like deserves the win, not like. Oh my god.
Okay, so 2 false and a true for Fraiche or Wormhammer. Now let's go Moonman backwards. Wormhammer, Moonman, true or false?
Oh no.
True.
Okay. Meatwad, Moonman,
I think
true?
that one's true. True.
Okay. Joe Lobb, true or false? Moonman.
I'm going to say that it's true just because it's so implausible. It's the kind of thing that could only happen in real life.
Okay.
Not that Moonman isn't inventive enough to create something like that, but it rings true to me.
All right. From the chat, I see Creme Fraiche's story better be true, or else he made us be sad at a comedy show for a lie. That's what she said. So we're about to reveal. I think everybody's really itching to know what Creme Fraiche is true or false because they want to know how much of a jerk they really are. So we're gonna stretch that out for as long as possible. We're gonna go to a commercial break. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna Moonman, true or lie? What was it?
It was true.
It seemed true. It seemed true. I would agree. Yeah. How'd you get it cleaned up?
Oh, it just faded. I mean,
so it's still there, giving everybody vomit and diarrhea for the rest of their days.
it's just glow stick fluid.
Glow stick fluid from the 80s or the 90s, right?
No, that would have been 80s.
80s, right?
You know, with the broken glass and everything in it. Good stuff.
Yeah. Let's not eat that. Finally, Creme Fraiche. Everybody want to do a drum roll to see what their morality lies on this? Creme Fraiche, true or lie?
Well, Jacques was my dog. We were both born in 1965. I was born in January. He was born in June. He did live a very long life. I think he did live to 15, and I was, in fact, responsible for some of his care. However, my parents were not trying to teach me any kind of lesson. They kindly, when it was time to euthanize him, they did it. I just grabbed the story and I committed to character.
All right, so Meatwad and Joe Lobb, you're not jerks. Creme Fraiche is the jerk. We all agree Creme Fraiche is the jerk.
At a comedy show.
Oh my gosh. That's it. We can't let him play this game anymore. That's it. He's done. He's done. He's not allowed to. Everybody agree?
I knew he.
Yeah.
Cody and Steve, did you believe the story? What did you think? What's happening?
I knew, or I had this gut feeling that at some point you were gonna go, Jacques was my dog, but I can't, I saw that coming, but
I did it. I did exactly that, didn't I? Yeah.
Anyways,
I thought Moon's was true.
Who really cares who won? But I'm gonna say
Moon
that
won.
John made everybody cry, so
Lose points, negative points.
Moonman wins. 100 points to
Moonman
Moonman.
definitely wins. Good job, Moon.
I mean, I've known you and your pets into the double digits at this point.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm pretty sure I can tell.
Get him out. You know what? For this game, I'm gonna ask all of you at this time. I want you to go somewhere in your house right now. Leave the screen because I don't want to see John's face right now after that display. I don't want to see his face. I want you to all go out and get me a couple items. Get me two. Get 2 items and bring them back while I explain the game to the audience. All right. All right. Great. So, here's the deal. Moonman's gonna sit here. I lied to them about what game we're playing. They think we're playing the Hulk They Call 15, but we're not. So they're gonna bring items back, and I'm gonna make them play a flip flop. What this game is Moonman, don't think about what you're getting now that I said you're playing flip flop. Okay?
No, I already decided once you had said.
Okay.
Right in front of me.
They're gonna bring back some items. They are going to have to reinvent those items as something. We've never done it with this many items before, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. And we're gonna go around. We're gonna just toss out items. You got I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll have 10 items this time. You'll see though as they reinvent them into something creative. Maybe they'll make a little scene. Maybe they'll just do like one little punchline. You'll get it once we start rolling. Unless people bring back like just horrible items. But then we'll punish those people. We'll kick them out of the game. That's what we'll do. We'll do it in a line. It'll be elimination style. Completely different. Fraiche is back. Lobb is back. We got Meatwad back. Yesterday, we had a live show, and when we introduced Mrs. Meatwad, she screamed out, "Mr. Meatwad's dead!"
That's right.
Fell straight into the grinder.
We might have to do a murder mystery about that sometime.
Leo went to the house next door to grab some stuff. So let's start with Creme Fraiche. Creme Fraiche, show me the 2 things you got. Great.
That's one.
Yeah. Well, say them out loud.
Okay. This is a thumb piano, like a little. I think it's called a kalimba.
All right.
The other one is a very unusual teapot.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Moonman, what you got?
I have a little kitten in a little knitted, I guess, sleeping bag.
Oh.
That meows if you squeeze it. And I have a panic turtle. It's a tiny little turtle. Panics for you, so you don't have to.
Love it.
I like that.
Very cute. Lobb, what you got?
I have a scoop for taking French fries out of the fryer and a paintbrush.
Very nice. You could take more than French fries out with that, though, right?
That's true.
Mrs. Meatwad, what you got?
I got a statue that says Eve,
Okay.
which is my name. And then I got a pill bottle. It's a normal pill bottle. And if you open it, that comes out.
Great. And finally, Wormhammer, what'd you get from your neighbor's house?
You wanted me to bring it back?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So I got this chicken seed and a funnel.
Great. This is terrific. How do you plant the chicken seed?
You put it in the ground and water it.
Come back in 1,000 years and it's ready.
Yeah.
From Farmer Wormhammer. All right, well, here's the deal. I lied to you all. We're not playing the Hulk I Call 15. You have been bamboozled by my rigmarolishness. And what we were doing, I put an order in the chat. We're playing flip or flop. Flip, flip, flop. We're playing flip, flop. All right? You each have an item.
All right.
You each have 2 items. We're going to go. When I call flip, flop, flip or flop, it goes to the next person. You know the rules. You're going to pretend to do your thing. I explained to the audience already how it works. You can go back and review later whether or not I did a good job. But you'll have your 2 items. Use whichever one you want. Be as creative as possible. As soon as you're not creative enough, I'll kick you out of the game. That's how we're doing it. It's elimination style flip-flop, baby. So, Creme Fraiche, you're up first. What do you, flip.
I wish this coconut bra had 2 cups.
Flop.
These burritos have gotten way too small.
Flip.
Wish I could find a bra that fits.
Flop.
I think this hot dog is alive.
Flip.
I just got my nose rounded.
Flip.
I am the Lord your God, and I punish thee.
Flop.
No, Doc, I don't think I can swallow these pills.
Flip.
Ah, Tish, you spoke French.
Flip.
I think it says EUE.
Flop.
Please make a clear path.
Flip.
Does my mole show?
Flop.
Recipe calls for 2 eggs, but we only have this one.
Oh, flip.
Okay, I know they put me in right field for a reason, but I'm going to catch this ball. I'm really going to catch it.
Flop.
They really shrunk the frisbees this time.
Flip. Can I? What's that? I couldn't hear you. What? Flip.
I swear this turtle is alive.
Flop.
Oh, that rotten tooth fell out.
Flip.
I knew if I started shaving my pits, this would happen.
Flop.
A can of roasted nuts.
Flop.
A simulation of a black hole inside of my house.
Flip.
I can just find the other half of this coconut and I can play Patsy and Spam-A-Lot.
Flop.
Yep, my new eye patch.
Flip.
Yeah, I left my left glove, but I can still take you out.
Flop.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling?
Flop.
Okay, so I lost an eye recently. So if I crack this open, it should be in here.
Flop.
Our new designer, Navage Pot, will clean out your sinuses good.
Oh, absolutely disgusting. Flip.
Ah, my thumb is so swollen. Ugh.
Flop.
God, I've never had a popsicle with so much hair in it before.
Flip.
I think there's a mouse in here.
Flop.
The air in here is getting pretty toxic. Time to put on a gas mask.
All right, and see. I couldn't do it. I couldn't eliminate any of you. You're all doing so well. Really, great job.
That was a good twist on it, too. I don't think we've ever done that one in this format, so I love it.
I don't know what got in my head. I guess I really just wanted to see you guys play around with some stuff.
That was great. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna return
part of
these
this.
to my neighbor now.
Yes,
Yeah.
please do. And in the meantime, we're gonna inform the audience that we're playing Sex with Me.
We did promise it last night.
So we'll need some objects. Need some objects, please. I'm typing that in the chat now, in case there's people who are reading the chat but not listening to the show. Which, if they are,
That's impressive.
Yeah,
wheel some
really.
object, please. All right, Sex with Me. Stock joke. Sex with me is like blank. We're gonna fill that in with a punchline and an object. Not in that order. It won't be the punchline first. It'll be object, then the punchlines. You can do whatever you want. Last show I did whatever I wanted, so you can do whatever you want to. And obviously, some of them are going to be cringy. We implore you to boo us from your couch. Or if you're sitting in a chair like we are, then feel free to boo us from a chair or from a tub. If you're sitting in your tub. I got our first ones here, folks. Sex with me is like a milk bottle. When you're ready. Fraiche.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle, but you probably don't want to drink the contents.
Gross. Moonman.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Only works with one hole.
Well, if you're trying to get it out. Wormhammer?
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Grab it by the handle.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Sell by August 28th.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. The contents will definitely leave you cold.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Outdated.
Worm.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. There used to be a guy who would go around and sell them door to door.
Lobb.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. There's a reason there's a 2% warning on the side.
Yeah, sex with me is like a milk bottle. I do come in skim variety. Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Oh God!
Oh no!
You don't leave it out for too long and clean up after you get it.
Man.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Don't be rough or you might break something.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle available at your local grocer.
Oh, all right. Oh, Lobb still got some.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Some people try to recycle it, but most people just throw it out.
End on that one.
I don't know. Moonman just shot his hand up. So Moonman.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. Deposit required.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh no, Wormhammer. What are you gonna say? What? Come on.
Sex with me is like a milk bottle. The price keeps increasing.
Oh, Mrs. Meatwad?
Like a milk bottle disappears in the 50s.
All right, so I got another one here. Triangle.
Ooh.
Moonman?
Sex with me is like a triangle. You want to get to the point.
Worm.
Sex with me is like a triangle. You hated learning about it in school.
Sex with me is like a triangle. Cute. Creme Fraiche.
Sex with me is like a triangle. It's better when there are 3 things involved.
It only works when there's 3 things involved.
Yeah.
All right. How about a paper bag? Creme
Sex with
Fraiche.
me is like a paper bag. It's everyone's preference.
Moon.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. Used to be free.
That's true. Now it costs like a quarter. Inflation's hitting not just your milk bottles. Move Fraiche.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. You can put stuff in it and bring it home to eat later.
Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. You can reuse it like a couple times before it gets old.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. We used to be okay with plastic. Moonman.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. You don't know what's inside until you stick your hand in there.
Oh, no, thank you. Okay. Next one. Sex with me is like a rope. I don't know if you heard me, but I said rope.
Yeah, we know we did. We heard you.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a rope. It's only one letter off from being a terrible crime.
Okay. Ouch. Meatwad.
Like a rope. There's one in every elementary school gym.
Oh God.
Fraiche.
Nope, I can't say the one I'm thinking.
Okay. Sex with me is like a rope. Nope. Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a rope. It's not very long. Oh my God. I'm not doing this on purpose.
Moonman, you got your hand up.
Sex with me is like a rope. Expect some chafing.
All right. Oh, Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a rope. Kinky.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
Next time that happens, could you mute yourself?
Does it really loud?
It sounds like you're just shoving your phone in a paper bag and just going.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. And that's Sex with Me, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Here's the question that comes at this time. Are we playing through, or do you need a break?
I say play through.
It's already quarter after playthrough.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I can always cut a game. But that's okay. We're gonna play wrong answers only, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I bring to you. Well, I guess it's not really we keep losing Mrs. Meatwad over there.
Oh no, it's technically I'm fine.
All right. So here we have some contestants. They're going to answer me some questions. I've got plenty of them. These people are super smart, and they're gonna answer my questions. These are real questions from trivia, and each of them is an expert at trivia. So if you think you know the answer, I want you to buzz in as the way we were just buzzing in before. Here we go. Trivia question number 1. Who sang the Star Spangled Banner at Obama's second inauguration ceremony in 2013? Fraiche?
Yeah, it was me.
You did?
Yeah, it was me.
You want to give us a taste?
Oh, say, can you see?
Great. 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, Wormhammer, you think it's something else?
Yeah, it was Obama.
Oh, really?
They make the presidents do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course they do. Yep. All right. Next question. Which activity brought late night host James Corden a great deal of attention as he carpooled with a host of celebrities? Joe Lobb.
Eating his toe jam.
Oh, absolutely disgusting. Meatwad, do you think it's something else?
Drinking.
Moonman.
It was fake taxi.
Like, what's the...
Like the porn site.
Oh my gosh, he carpooled with... It's him and Anne Hathaway doing some
Something.
singing Fontaine's song during oh great absolutely. Which beings, according to a Yule movie, try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy canes, candy corns, and syrup? I would just like to say before anybody answers this one, I didn't curate any of these questions. I just got them. We're just going for it.
Okay. What were the movies again? I didn't quite catch.
Sorry. Which beings, according to a Yule movie, try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup? Oh, Joe Lobb, I'm sorry. I was
Lost in thought.
Lost in thought.
Thinking about Yule movies.
Vegans. Okay. Moon.
Diabetes spokespersons.
Oh, that would be the smooth Wormhammer.
It was the waterbenders, airbenders, earthbenders, and firebenders.
Can you match them up with who? Who ate what?
Yeah, it was airbenders were candy canes, and I forget the rest.
Okay, great, thanks. Creme Fraiche.
Oh, it's clearly the sugar producers of America.
Of course. And Mrs. Meatwad, did you have one?
I forgot it.
Good. What is the common name for the anti-fascist protection wall that existed in Europe from 1961 to 1989? Mrs. Meatwad.
I believe it was Hulk Hogan himself.
Yeah. Ain't nobody get through Hulk. What? Oh, Creme Fraiche.
I believe it was called Mussolini's Last Stand.
Couple years too late for old Mussolini.
Yeah, totally.
What does the acronym OWN stand for the cable television channel stand for? OWN. OWN. Wormhammer.
On which network?
Creme Fraiche.
Only women matter.
We're starting matter with an N. Only women natter.
Oh, I misheard you. Then it must be only women natter, but
Yeah.
that doesn't make much sense to me.
Only women no, but we spelled no wrong.
Yeah. Only women now? Maybe, I don't know.
All right. I think we obviously have a standout. Someone knows their trivia really well here. What is the Stanford Binet scale used to measure?
The what scale?
Stanford Binet. Wormhammer?
The amount of scales on someone's back.
Oh, Creme Fraiche.
I'm embarrassed to say this on camera, but it's the scale that fraternities use to measure pledges' penis lengths.
Moonman.
It's actually a weight scale that Stanford stands on after he eats a lot of beignets.
Man, I want to get measured. Joe Lobb.
The actual authenticity of a folk song.
Okay, how do you measure that? What in the Stanford Binet measures that?
Well, I don't measure folk songs for authenticity, so how the hell would I know?
Creme Fraiche.
Well, actually, it's a misspelling of the instrument. It's actually Stanford bidet, and it's measuring a certain amount of content. That's all I'll say.
The Thin White Duke is one of several stage personas for which musical chameleon? Mrs. Meatwad.
Elton John?
Could be. Wormhammer.
I believe it was Rango from Rango.
Oh, okay. Moonman.
The Geico Gecko.
Creme Fraiche.
That'd be noted white supremacist David Duke.
Oh, well, that's okay. Joe Lobb.
Exene Cervenka.
And Wormhammer.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Does anyone actually know this one?
Yes.
Was it actually Elton
Yes.
John?
No.
Bowie.
Let's go with... It's Bowie. Yeah, it was Bowie. I'm sorry. I should have asked if anybody knew any of the other ones. Obviously, I guess everybody knew the Berlin Wall. I think we were happy with
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
What?
It was
Yeah, go through them.
Beyonce was sang the national anthem.
Okay.
Intelligence for Stanford Binet, and Oprah Winfrey Network.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking like the One America, but that's OA something or other.
Oh,
I don't even want to give them a shout. I don't even want to
Too
give them a
late.
shout
We
out.
already did it. Don't, guys, come on.
Bastards.
Last question. What commonly available substance is defined by the World Health Organization as an addictive substance? Joe Lobb first. Oh, pesos.
Kryptonite.
Yeah. Wormhammer.
Scrolling on your phone.
Distilled down into nothing. Creme Fraiche.
Clearly a comedy flops performance.
Oh, yeah. Can't get enough of it. Moonman.
Nachos.
Oh, man. You betcha. Yeah, you betcha. Anybody got the real answer?
Sugar.
I actually think yeah, sugar might be true, but I would think screen time might be also true.
No, substance. It's coffee.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Last question. I lied. There was one more.
Okay,
People are
good.
freaking out over a stunning new image from the James Webb Space Telescope, a pair of actively forming stars creating what shape?
Mm-hmm.
What's the shape, guys? Creme.
James Corden.
James Corden in a taxi, drinking.
Exactly. With Anne Hathaway.
Wormhammer.
Michelangelo, but the turtle.
Moonman.
A pair of buttocks in yoga pants.
Mrs. Meatwad.
Is it Alf?
You were right, it's Elf.
Good answer,
Yes.
good answer.
No. Anybody know the real answer?
Yeah.
It's a human.
Question mark.
It's a question mark. Ooh.
Mysterious.
It's
On that note,
mysterious.
scientists have recently discovered quotation marks on each side of the universe.
Right. Keeps everything in.
No, it's not. It doesn't keep everything in. It's just that we're just like an idea. You know,
We're
it's
a
like
It makes it all
universe.
alive.
universe. If
Boy,
that's what you
universe
call a
is-
universe.
That's why they don't take our universe seriously.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna find out we're just one long poem, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
All right, we're doing a show.
We
Still
are.
still talking about the universe. What's it, man?
Oh yeah.
I said, are we?
Act 2, we just phone it in, gang.
That's right.
Next one.
I have no proof.
Oh, everybody else is seeing us live on youtube.com. ComedyFLOPs. Subscribe if you haven't yet.
We swear we're not drinking.
I'm not.
You swear.
That's true. Often.
James Corden doesn't swear.
I feel like he does.
You haven't watched Carpool Karaoke. Oh, I didn't even say what the real... Everybody knew the answer to that one, right? I didn't need to say that one.
Oh yeah.
All right, short flips is our next game. Think of this as like scenes we'd like to see, just little things that you want to see us do, sort of short little bits. Yeah, you could tie this up with other stuff. World's worst, if you want to say you want to see the world's worst occupation, world's worst whatever. So in the chat, what you want to see. I'm gonna do a couple right now that I already have written down. And if you want to add some other into the chat that you just come up with while we're doing it, please feel free to. So let me pull up the list that we've already got, and we will get rolling. You all. So first up on the scenes we'd like to see or short flips. Reasons I'm not allowed back at Trader Joe's. Creme Fraiche.
You stuffed the coconuts down your pants again.
Wormhammer.
I'm at Trader Joe's. Oh, where are the Trader Hoes at?
Moonman.
Now, every cucumber I buy has to be just as long as I am.
Oh no. Joe Lobb.
I walked down the aisle screaming, "Can you complete this word? OVERPRICDE."
Of a priest day. All right, next one, gang. Things we're not willing to give up from the quarantine days. Joe Lobb.
Social distance. Keep yourself away.
That one's true. I've become painfully aware that I've always wanted people to be further away from me than they are. Wormhammer.
What, you want me to wake up on time?
Oh, tell me about it. No. Alright. I got one. You didn't have any complaints about me not wearing pants during last year's company retreat. Creme Fraiche, I thought you saw your hand.
You did, but I was going to essentially say the same thing.
Well, okay. Do you want to say it again? You can say it again.
No, it's okay. You did it so well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Last call. Quarantine day. Moonman.
Boy, is it nice celebrating every holiday at home.
Oh, I know, right?
Grain
Especially
of truth. Grain of truth.
you got family not too close by. Everybody's got to travel. I get you. The real lessons our middle school teachers taught us.
You'll do it and you'll like it. And I don't need a reason.
Worm.
Make sure that you cancel all your monthly subscriptions.
Joe Lobb.
By the time you realize how badly we screwed you over, we'll all be dead. Neener, neener, neener.
That's really true. Fraiche.
And it's true that America has always been just and fair and the greatest country on earth.
Just forget the first 100 years. Moonman.
You can learn anything at the library. To prove it, here's how to make a nuclear bomb. True story.
Fraiche. Wait, we're going back to that. We'll be back. Fraiche.
In case of nuclear attack, we're all going to get under our desks.
They're not going to protect you, but you'll feel okay. Mrs. Meatwad.
Pencils do not belong in the ceiling.
Before we move on quickly, Moonman, did your teacher really do that?
Yeah, biology teacher.
That's not even the same subject.
No, it's just a lesson on the functionality of the library. The information's in there if you want to look for it.
Your biology teacher hasn't watched Oppenheimer.
I mean, given my age, I'm not sure he's still around.
Well,
Fair.
Would you like to tell that sad story, Moonman? No, that's okay. We'll hold off.
No, let me tell it for him.
your biology teacher.
I do have some here. Camp counselors who have regressed to act like they're campers. So we need two for this one. We need two pairs of two. So somebody grab somebody else. Let's see. Moonman and Wormhammer, camp counselors. They've regressed to act like they're campers.
I want my water bottle.
I want my mommy.
I want your mommy too.
Well, if we get a sleeping bag big enough, we can all cuddle in there to stay warm and not be lonely.
See, great. Anybody else want to jump in on that one? Everybody.
Uh,
All right. I got. Oh, go ahead, Fraiche.
yeah. Hey, Tommy. Let's see if we can give Riggy an atomic wedgie.
Kyle, you're 19. That's assault and battery.
Ben will put his hand in some warm water while he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And then his hand's gonna be all wet.
Yeah.
Won't be just his hand.
Mrs. Meatwad, jump in with me on this one, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, Evelyn, we're gonna need you to turn in your timesheet for this week.
You know, I was playing dots and boxes on it the whole time.
Oh,
Do you want to run like tic-tac-toe?
you're fired.
I'll be playing Foursquare.
I've got hula dancers that decide to take creative liberties. I feel like that's a Joe Lobb right there. Joe Lobb.
Let's see how far I can throw this hand grenade with my hips.
No, this can be done with a live snake.
Fraiche.
You know, you'd be amazed at what I can pick up without my hands.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
A muffin top's the same as a hula hoop.
Last one here. I got the fleas on the butt of my dog. What's going on with them?
Holy crap! Literally.
There'll be food around the corner, food around the corner, food around the corner for me. La 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 la.
I feel like the butt of every joke.
You got one, Joe Lobb?
And I caught them just as they were about to sacrifice one of their own by pushing them into. Never mind.
Man, I really think the dogs like us. I mean, this one's letting us stay at his home, and all the other dogs like to sniff us.
We're so popular.
Yeah.
All right, that's short flips. Great job, everybody. We'll step in, do some wacky stuff. Let's see. Did I send you guys the same set list that I'm reading off of? Because it says we're playing alphabet next. Woo! Say that on yours.
It does.
All
Yes.
right. Up next, we're playing alphabet. In the chat, I'll need a letter of the alphabet and a how did these two people know each other? Let's see. Meatwad, Worm, Lobb. Who wants to play alphabet? I don't care. Volunteer. Wormhammer wants to play it. Who's excited to alphabet with Wormhammer? Anybody? Joe Lobb. All right. Lobb and Wormhammer are going to be playing the alphabet game. Basically, they'll do a scene together. That scene, they'll start with a certain letter of the alphabet provided by you in the audience, and if I don't get one, I'm going to go with B. And the relationship between these two people is going to be one of you is a butterfly, and the other one is stuck in his cocoon. So, B and butterfly and cocoon. Take it away.
Butterflies are meant to be free.
Can't you see? I don't want to be a part of the outside world.
Don't try to hide.
Everyone hates me.
For a fact, how do you know that?
Great of the others told me.
Hate you? I don't hate you.
I don't care what you think of me.
Just goes to show that there's an exception to every vast generalization like that.
Kiss my shell, pal.
Leaving will be a great experience for you.
Maybe one day.
No, now.
Opening is hard.
Perhaps, but we all go through it, and 98% of us survive.
Quietly then, I will.
Really?
Shh.
That's the idea. Yeah. Get those wings up. Very nice pattern.
Where are we?
Extremely difficult to know, isn't it?
You know, it's nice having wings.
Zebras won't eat those wings. They're too beautiful.
All right, let's fly.
Birdmen away.
Hey, ding, 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 ding. Well, that's pretty quick, guys. But I have a feeling I might be able to do it better backwards through the alphabet. So, sticking with the bug theme, I feel like you guys pretty much covered everything that was going to happen with the butterfly there. But how about one of you is a bird and the other one is a bug? And you'll go backwards and you'll start from the letter E. B and E. Now your E's.
E.
Eats.
Dude, I was gonna eat that.
Calling me dude is an insult. I'm an eagle.
Bro is a better term then?
Actually, no.
Zam it.
You just invented a new swear word. I like that.
Xerox me the location of all the other bushes we're gonna eat from, and I'll choose which one I want.
Why do you get first choice?
Very much because I am the better bug and better animal.
Upon who say so?
No, I am worthy.
That's your opinion.
Some might say that the cicada is the best animal of the summer.
Really? One summer out of 17, you decide to come out and that makes you better?
Quite so.
Perhaps you'd care to explain.
Open up your eyes and look at how well I function.
No, you can't compare to an eagle. I think I'm going to eat you.
Maybe I'll have to go away then, but I'd like for us to just get along.
Lovely thought, but I'm hungry and you are made of what I eat.
Just let me go away in peace, or we can be friends.
I suppose I'll have to. I'm kind of full anyway.
Gosh, that was close.
For sure for you. I'm doing fine.
Everyone can just get along in the animal kingdom sometimes.
Bing, 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 bing. Hey, good job, guys. You were a little bit slower on that one, but I liked it. I liked it. And I like you guys.
Oh,
I like you guys a lot. So good job.
you know, maybe just to screw with the flops' head further, we could do it sometime where it's alternate letters. So the first person does A, next person does C, next person does.
Get him out of here. Get him the hell out of here.
Hey, I mean, next time we use a completely different alphabet entirely.
Yeah, use the
Yeah, use
Japanese
the
alphabet.
Cyrillic alphabet. Dave might know that, though.
A little, actually. By the way, did you ever field test Half-Life in reverse?
We haven't gotten the chance to do it yet, but here's a pitch. Here's the thing. If everybody here in the audience would like to see Half-Life in reverse, we're gonna try it live. We've done it. We've already done it. We're field testing this game, but if you want to see it, John's gonna put it at the Egg Show next week.
Oh, I might.
So if you want to see that, what's the date on that? It's August
Next Thursday.
24th at the 8 Gallery in Cortland. I don't think Leo's going to be there, so he's not going to do it. Hand Rations and the Moonman are going to do Half-Life in reverse.
Riggy, you gonna be at that one?
I don't think so, but I've already cast it.
Oh, that's too bad. I feel like you would be great in it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But I've already cast
You,
it, so I
you,
couldn't do
you
it
and me.
Yeah, you.
It can be done twice, you know.
That's true. It could be.
No
I'll
casting.
I don't think I'm gonna be there, so I'll pre-record mine and I'll send it, and you guys can.
Oh,
you guys
nice.
can-
Yeah, we'll just work with it.
You still be the other character. You'll just have to fit
Of
in
course.
with whatever I'm doing in my pre-recorded session.
Oh, yeah, like you do. So what's next in the big
The
book of fun, Riggy?
next game is called "The Show Devolves into a Chat." No, the next game is called Five Line Movie Genre Scene, and that's for everybody but me in the chat. I would like it, if possible, for you to put the name of a movie that would not get past the executive producers. Something they pitched to Universal. They pitched to HBO, and HBO gave maybe not HBO, because HBO is cutting all the good content anyways. But they showed up, they made the pitch. It didn't make it past the cutting room floor. Please put that in the chat. Basically, what's going to happen is they're going to, each one of them, if I can remember the rules, because last time we did this, I did it wrong. Each of them is going to give a line from a scene from a movie that you're going to name. and then we are going to watch them do it over and over again in different genres. It's a fun time for all. So off to the chat I go. In the meantime, anybody seen any good movies recently?
Yeah, I saw Oppenheimer with Moon's chemistry teacher.
I saw Barbie.
You guys didn't do Barbenheimer?
No,
Actually, did.
I mean together we did, because we each saw the one movie.
Barbenheimer sounds exhausting, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So, in the chat for names of movies, I got Purple Elephants on Fire, but I think we're going to go with Spitball in My Eye. So, Spitball in My Eye, and whoever wants to do the first line, take it away.
You bastard.
Now the trick is to make sure you got a lot of wet mouth. Open up.
And the paper is really important too. It's got to be really fine.
Of course, I'll be happy to check you out, but do you have insurance?
I wish I had a slingshot for this one.
All right, so that's the baseline movie, but here we are in the cutting room. We're deciding what genre this movie is going to be, right? So, I'm seeing in the chat, someone said this earlier. Someone said Deer Hunter earlier, and this Deer Hunting earlier, which does fall in that category of war movie. So, let's see it as a war film.
You bastard.
All right, I'm gonna give you your equipment, but the most important thing you have is on you, and that's a wet mouth.
The paper you use doesn't matter. In the trenches, it's all nothing.
Yeah, of course I'll check you out, but first you have to bite down real hard on this insurance form.
They're this big, it's silent but deadly.
Very good. Ding, 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 ding. Next, let's see it as a disaster movie.
You bastards!
Oh my God, there's wet mouths everywhere.
Paper is crumbling beneath us.
Yeah, I'll check you out, and guess what? You don't need insurance. Everything's going to hell anyway.
It's too big! I can't stop it!
Ding, 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 ding. I would love to see this as a political satire, please.
Damn Democrat bastards.
I went and interviewed the other side about how dry their mouths are.
The paper we're going to use is classified documents.
You know I can't check you out because of the corrupt healthcare system. You don't have any insurance.
I made this one with an entire healthcare bill.
All right, let's see it finally as a teen comedy.
You bastards.
Hey, Freddie, how wet's your mouth?
I used the paper from my failed promposal to make these spitballs.
Yeah, sure, I'll check you out. All you have to do is spell insurance.
Wish I had a bigger jockstrap.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, wait, I changed my mind. I want to see it one more time. Can I see it? Is everybody cool with seeing it one more time?
Yeah.
All right, I want to see it as a slasher.
A what?
A slasher.
You bastards.
I'll need a wet mouth and a wet sword.
Take this.
You've heard of the death of 1,000 cuts, right? Let me just take this insurance form here and...
Ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be a pass from the studio. Apparently, the CW has standards now.
Good about this one, too.
We're not going to make it. Well, folks, I think we got time for one more. And it's
Sounds about right.
everybody's favorite game. It's an all-play again. Because Riggy made this the schedule and said, I like all the all-plays. All right, so we're going to do an all-play. It's last flop standing. How this game works. We're going to get a topic from you, the audience in the chat, of something that we can debate very heavily. Whatever it is you want, someone will come up here and make an argument, make a strong stance, and the other flops are going to dogpile on that person and make them know how dumb they are for thinking that. So, please, in the chat, put something in there that says what you want to argue about, what you want to hear us argue about. You're not going to argue. Wow, you could... Please, write in the chat as much as you want about how wrong we are about the subject, too. Because we'll argue with you. We'll debate you.
Please just put anything in the chat. Something.
Except staplers. No staplers.
Don't be desperate. I turn the chat replay off so nobody knows that if anybody actually wrote anything in there, Leo. Now you're making... Oh.
I'm looking at the chat. I'm not looking at it.
No, okay.
I don't know if there's
Put-
anything in there or not. There could be 1,000 messages.
Put sketchy links in the chat and we'll click on one.
Mrs. Meatwad's gonna click on
Again?
all the sketchy
We love
links.
credit card scams.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one in the chat now, gang. And this is someone's looking for advice. They think we're playing good advice, bad advice, worst advice. But is it okay to lie to your friend about watching your dog be put down? And I think that is so. Is it okay to say that to your friend? That's what we're going to debate. Is it okay to say that to make your friend cry? And is there anybody who wants to volunteer? Somebody who may have experience in this department? All right. Wormhammer and Mrs. Meatwad. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Go. Mrs.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
You had it and then you lost
It
it.
looked like you changed answers, too.
You
Wormhammer,
did. You
you're
were
up.
losing answer.
Fine.
You're up, Wormhammer.
All right. So I think that it is perfectly okay to lie about it, but you have to be prepared to be called out on your BS. Okay? And you're not allowed to feel bad about it either. You're lying and you're supposed to make sure that they believe you. But that's not always going to work. I mean, point in case tonight, I was the only one who believed John. I mean, but
Fraiche.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Leo's a sucker.
Leo is a sucker.
Wow.
Yeah. Some casts are just a little bit cut above. They can see the nuances in a bullshit story, even with commitment to character. Perhaps the best commitment to character that this troupe has ever seen. But sometimes that's enough to fool people, right?
Wormhammer?
I don't know if it was the best commitment to character this troupe has ever seen.
I think you're right.
I mean, let's flash back to my probably second week in the flops. These fine people right here didn't think that a bibliography was a real thing. Flash forward about 11 months. Who one of them, I don't remember who, says something about a bibliography, and what do? I call him out on it because I was remembering. I was committed for the longest time just to prove the point that bibliographies exist. They are real. They happen. They're in books. They help you cite sources. I've had to make
Joe Lobb.
them.
Commitment and memory are not the same thing.
I agree. Take it away, Joe Lobb.
Yeah, commitment is something in the moment, and it can fluctuate. It can go up and down. Memory is how we live. I mean, that's how we structure our world. If we woke up, as some people do, not knowing anything about our surroundings or ourselves, that would be hell on earth. They're both good things to have, but they're not the same thing.
Fraiche.
Hell on earth really isn't that good a thing to have.
Yeah, that's true. As
Yeah.
opposed to what you want, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, sure. No, of course. No, I mean, hell on earth would be pretty horrible. And, granted, it feels some days like we're living in hell on earth. But, do we like it? Are we happy that we're having climate change and tornadoes in areas like Ithaca? I'm not happy about it. I don't think you're happy about it. So hell on earth is
Moonman.
We don't care if you're happy.
Yeah, that's true.
You made enough people sad that people don't care about your feelings anymore tonight.
True.
Maybe tomorrow, but for
Probably
tonight, you're the bad guy.
I am.
You've made us all look better in comparison. I mean, you don't treat your friends that way unless you want the other friends to just walk all over you, which I'm going to proceed to do now, because that's my right as one of the ones who was potentially harmed in the incident, and I'm pretty much sure no jury would convict me of lashing out at such cruel treatment.
Where?
The Moonman cheated.
You're right. You're right. I'm not sure when he did, but you're right. He did at some point.
He cheated. I mean, he cheated by knowing John longer than I did. So that's how he knew that he was going to be able to call him out on that. And I don't have that advantage. I think he's probably known him longer than I've been alive. I don't know. It's like I don't know. They could have known each other since childhood.
That's ageism. That's flat out ageism.
Yeah, but we don't care about that. Wormhammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've probably suffered more ageism on this trip than anyone
Wormhammer is
else.
victorious.
Oh.
All right, gang. Here's the deal. We got the perfect amount of time for one more round.
Okay.
Is everybody up for one more round, or are you too tired?
Yes.
I am. Do you want to play, Cody?
I'll play. Sure.
All right. I can time it.
All right.
If you want.
We have I guess the morality of credit card scams is the other one we have in the chat. If you're up for that.
We should let Evelyn speak on this.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay.
It's pretty immoral. Oh, are
Okay.
we starting yet? Oh, okay.
Mrs. Meatwad, you're going to start, and I'm going to start the clock.
It's pretty moral. I mean, think about this. There's millions of pieces of plastic with money on them, and you are trying to get as much of it as possible. It's like have you ever played Hungry Hungry Hippos? Okay, that's a yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that. Except you are controlling all 4 hippos and the little
Wormhammer.
If Mrs. Meatwad is not concerned about credit card scams, I should be able to read off all of her credit card information live right now.
That's true.
I'll go get
Please
my
do.
wallet.
All right, so in no particular order, we have 348
Mhm.
972 581 05051. And and there's the other one, which is 26-00.
That's
More?
exactly right.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't have to talk
Moonman.
about it.
Wormhammer said they were in no particular order. Mrs. Meatwad said he was right.
That's both correct. You're right on both counts.
That means Worm was lying. That it was in a particular order. I mean,
Right.
which in a particular order is the way you want it if you're going to be scamming some credit cards.
Riggy.
Yeah, listen, I think
Moonman's out of
Riggy.
order.
Yeah, Riggy.
Moonman's out of order.
Usually, yeah.
This whole argument is a sham because I know for a fact that these scoundrels run a call center. And you know that guy? You know what I'm talking about, that central New York guy who calls up and he says,
Hello, is the head of the household there?
that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Know who that is? That
Joe
is
Lobb?
Moonman.
Oh,
That is Moonman recording a voice.
Moonman.
I don't call, I text.
That's true.
I mean,
He's a tech scammer.
I will actually wait for a call to pass, check the message, and then text back. Because I don't want to bother with a call.
Worm.
Hurry.
Moon should stop talking right now and go answer his phone because there's someone who's trying to like warn him, do a good civil thing about his car's extended warranty.
Yeah, but he can call them back.
Okay.
And I don't have a car, so the extended warranty. It's always great for that call because
Riggy.
He doesn't have a car because, according to his profile, he is 28, has a car, and has a mullet.
Yeah, that's true on both counts.
Moon and I have been chatting back and forth. He even sends me pictures of himself. And in his profile, he's 28, has a mullet, has gorgeous legs, and it makes $8.4 million a year.
That would make him Obi-Wan Kenobi during the prequels.
It might. I'm not sure, but it might. Go ahead.
I've seen the movies. That is a perfect description of everyone's master who looks like Jesus. And Moon does not look like that. That is incorrect. We can see him right here.
Excuse me. Ewan McGregor, Moonman, both look exactly the same.
Sorry, Ricky, not really.
Picture. I'm gonna get a
I
picture.
mean, clearly you haven't seen the new Kenobi show. You haven't seen. I mean, he even had two actors, and none of them looked like Moonman. Not even the first one. I mean, we couldn't be more far off here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't doubt that Moon could use the Force.
Moonman.
1 second, but
they did look exactly the same. But I sued them for using my likeness.
That's true, and that's time. The Moonman wins.
In at the buzzer.
Yeah, at the buzzer.
That's last flop standing. I've been tallying up the points during that last game to
Oh
see
boy.
who won
Oh boy.
Comedy Flops this evening. And guys, it's really close. It's really
Yeah,
close.
except probably for me.
No, you have negative points.
Punishment points, right? Yeah, totally.
You may have won. You may have had the most laughs the entire show. But as soon as we all started crying, you lost all your points.
Yeah, all of it wiped away. Sure. That's fair.
You're going to lose points next game. All right.
in future shows.
The winner is Mrs. Meatwad.
That's cool.
What did she win?
Congratulations.
Is this a victory lap?
You are now. You get to pick whose nickname you want to take. Whose nickname do you want to take? And now you're whoever you want to be.
All right. Can I be Chance of Showers?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm still host. I'll change your nickname right now.
There
You
go.
are now Chance of Showers.
Yes.
Great.
I'm gonna do my victory lap.
Please do.
Okay.
While she goes and does her victory lap, I'd like to remind everybody to please, if you get the chance, go down to our link down below. It's in the description as well, and donate. We're supporting suicide prevention and crisis services this month, and I will actually just take this moment right now. I'm gonna flash the numbers on the screen for
the credit card
suicide...
numbers?
No.
not the credit card numbers. Suicide Prevention Lifeline and the Crisis Line. The Crisis Line's the local number. Both of them, call anytime. There's people there to listen and be there for you. So I'm gonna pull those up and then we'll be right back. You can see those. Oh, they can still hear my voice. I could have said all that over top of. I could have said all that and you were hearing this whole time. Please, if you need the support, these numbers are available for you, and that's why it's very important to make sure that we're keeping these numbers online and giving the support in any which way we can. Thank you everyone who has given, and everyone who will give, and everyone who will have had given at some point. We will be back next week, as I said before, at the 8 Gallery in Cortland,
Right.
where Moonman and Hand Rations will be doing a new game for everybody to see. It's going to be great. And, we'll be back next month, same time, third Friday. And we do so many shows now, Gabe.
Dude,
Just
whatever
check
the
out-
hell we do.
check out our website, check out the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube. We have a Twitter. No, I'm not gonna call it X, okay? We don't use it,
Yeah, no
but
way.
we're not gonna call it X. Thank you also very much. Anybody else got anything else to say?
We have a website, right?
Yeah, we do. ComedyFLOPs.com. Yes,
Good.
we do. And that you can always find show information on there as well.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't give money through us and still want to give money through the charity, we don't care. Like, please, just give money.
Just
to these
support
people.
them.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. I'm gonna transition out. I'm gonna leave the numbers up on the screen instead of because the donation links in the chat or in the description. So numbers are staying up on the screen for a bit. We'll see you next time, folks. Great to have you. Mwah.
Yeah.
Bye.